Hey, Watson Gun here on my day 9 of my 21-day challenge. As you can see, this is change of scenery, and I explain to you what happened. This morning I have came up to a place called Wrightwood for an appointment with a client. Now, believe me, I've been in California over 30 years. I've never been to Wrightwood. Wrightwood is a little mountain community high above Los Angeles. It's one of the 2 local ski resorts. People will come up here for skiing or just get away from the heat. Right now where we are, we're in the middle of San Bernardino National Forest. You're like saying, this is a forest? That's right, this is forest for us in California. So I hope you get to, as I sharing, continue on with my 21 day. You get to see a little bit of California. Hope you appreciate on my day 9 here on my 21-day challenge. Well, I'm going to continue on with my series, Acres of Diamond. On the first day of this Acre of Diamond, which was day 7, I share with you a story about how Dr. Cornwell, the founder of Temple University, has learned this such a profound story that he make it into a book and give lecture over 6,000 times. From there, he made enough money to build this Temple University, which is standing strong today, up to today in Philadelphia. And I just hope and I just pray that this is a story can motivate, can inspire you so much that you start to look around in your own backyard, you look around in your own surroundings. Where are the diamonds that has been hidden and nobody told you about? Until Watson Gun came along, make me you discover. And that's the whole idea. I want you to stay healthy, stay safe, and take care of yourself through this 21-day COVID lockdown. I want you to come out of this COVID situation, not just survive, but thrive in your business. Not just your business, in your personal life, in your self-improvement, in your outlook, in your mindset, and in order to face the challenge that's ahead. The challenge for next year, I believe, will be so much deeper than what we ever have faced. But with proper preparation, proper equipping of yourself, and proper thinking, you can do it. Not only that, I believe that you need to spend the next 5 years focus on doing such a good business. I want you to be able to work for the next 5 years. Make enough money to be able to walk out, become a millionaire. Because I've been saying in the previous episode, in our business, in the way the market is, you might just have 5 years left to do this business. We don't know what's going to be like 6 years from now, 10 years from now. But just a side note, as I'm taping, there's a big train that's going through. This happens to be the railroad that go from, I believe, from Los Angeles all the way to East Coast, somewhere. First of all, the way things go, we may just have 5 years to be able to make a good, decent income in this business. I don't know if the way things are being run as a realtor, you'll be here for 10 years from now. And $1 million is a good benchmark for you to hit. I'm not saying that you have to go and earn $1 million commission. What I meant to say is that by working smart, you are able to get enough business not only as commission income, but also position yourself to make some other income along the way. We work so hard for our client, as you know, and many times most of us are just not really making the kind of money like the way we should, compared to the effort and the time and the things we put up to serve our client. So like I say, 5 years, $1 million goal. But after I done my recording yesterday, I was thinking, how can I continue on 2 episodes which I really pour my heart, that really pour something into to serve you. Today I come up with something new, and I'm so excited, so looking forward to share this with you. But before that, if you would allow me to share an email I got from one of you to take up on my 21-day challenge. This lady is called Lisa. Now, Lisa is not her real name, just to protect her identity. But I'd like to read this to you and let you know that, Lisa, you bless me as much as I can ever imagine. As I'm trying to pour out my heart and pour out myself to serve fellow agent and broker, an email like this go a long way. And I'm so thankful. And if you allow me to not reveal your real name and just read this to the rest of you. Dear Watson, it was so nice to see you at your 21-day challenge. I don't know if you still remember me. I had a chance to put an offer on one of your listings. Much to my disappointment into my buyer, our offer did not get accepted, but I've been keeping an eye on you and your business and how you conduct business. When you did a 21-day challenge, I know that is so Watson gun. You care for so many people, and everything you do in this business, in this industry, it shows. And I'm so thankful for you for that. Just want you to know, on your day three, when I watched that, you talk about bad habit and talk about addiction. Actually, I have more than just bad habit. I have been badly addicted to this life of mine. It costing me so much time, money, and a lot of business. Based on what you share, I intend to keep up with the 21 day, and I'll spend extra hour each day on the next 21 day to be able to work on the good and valuable tips you share with us. I thank you, and I look forward to see you again in person, and I wish you, your family, the very best. Thank you, Lisa. Like I said, Lisa is not your real name, but you know who I'm referring to. It means so much to me. No, I do remember you. You did a good job, and your offer were just not quite where the seller had in mind. And I remember I called you back and I tried to find some other home for you. I believe I sent a few more listings to you even before you go on the market. I apologize, I did not have a chance to sell to every one of you buyer agent who worked so hard. It breaks my heart. Each time I get a listing sold, it feels good about it, you know that. Since I'm a specialized listing, but they are like usually anywhere between 10, sometimes up to 20, 30. At one time I have 50 buyer offer on one property. And I do thank you, and I know you did a great job. Anytime you want me to write a little review for you, and so I see how you do, I would be more than glad to do that for you. And Lisa, this business is tough. There's lots of pressure. There's a lot of people we have to please. And when we go home, we have to please our wives, our husband, our children, or some of you are your parents, and people who are special in year 2. I know it's so easy to just get away. I think I mentioned in one of my episodes, when the COVID thing came, I just felt so down, just felt so helpless. I ended up watching a little too much TV. And like I said, I was addicted to TV for quite a few weeks, maybe even more like months, really. And to the point I needed to kick the habit. One of the reasons I got this 21-day challenge is to challenge myself before I challenge anybody else. Anything that I teach, anything that I share with my fellow agent and broker like yourself, I want to speak it to myself first, and that helped me a lot. And thank you for that. And that means so much to me, and I look forward to see you again too. Thank you. Now on this third day of Acres of Diamond, well, on the second day I talk about Acres of Diamond. I try to put it in perspective how we are sitting on the land that is full of diamond. I'm talking about America as a country. A stands for America. And then C, talk about culture of honesty, fairness in the society where we live in. And also I want to encourage a good culture in the company, in the brokerage that we work with. A good culture always produces not just good results, produce better agent, better family life. And as a result, long term, more successful. Not just financially success, but also success in every different way. And as a result, we contribute better to the community that we serve. So America, and then talking about a culture. And then E, I was referring to, I'm sorry, the R, I'm referring to resources. I
I specifically focus on free resources. I talk about how we first moved to Pasadena. They have so much free resources in the library. You can get any kind of research on any business, on anything, any topic really. Yeah, just drive down to a few blocks and it's right there for you. But that was 30 years ago, 20 years ago. This past 20 years, the whole internet is wide open. Most of the things that you want to know, just about anything you need to know, you go online, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. There's lots of great tips for you where you can pick up your food. And I like to believe that what I'm giving here, by pouring out my heart on my 21-day challenge, is a great resource for you. It's a great free resource for you. And the last one is AERE. E stands for education, how I came to America for my education. Because of education, I ended up here. But because so much resources, so much diamond, so to speak, in America, I ended up becoming American. I got a beautiful wife, American wife. I got a beautiful American family. For that, I'm profoundly thankful. Each time I just, with such a heart of gratitude, I thank God for putting me in this state of diamond, a place what we call America. Now you say, oh, those are well. I know everybody knows that America is a great country. We got great culture, we got resources, and we got this education. But what is it to me? What can I use? What more can you tell me that I can get somewhere else about the treasure, about a diamond, or whatever that you're referring to, Watson? How can I benefit from this half hour I'm spending with you? Oh, that's easy. In fact, I thought through this, and I really not just thought I pray about it, but can I spend the next few moments to really pour out the experience, the thing that I learned from different sources that can help you out to make your life better, so to speak, and enrich your experience in the real estate profession. And what I can do to really empower you. That's something people don't even think about. People always go for the shiny object, try to get the program, their marketing thing, or their coach, or their expensive, or the things you see online to make you look good, something that appear on your social media. But there are four things which I want to take touching is the second set of acre, which I really believe that is going to benefit you a great deal. Now the first A on acre, A stands for access. Have you thought about we as a real estate agent, sometimes we got so busy, we are in the middle of all the transaction, our calls, our putting out a fire, dealing with problems our client have, sometimes deal with frustration, setback, and disappointment, makes your successor, as per closing, an offer accepted, another maybe a good review, a good thing to come in. But often we forgot about where we are as a real estate agent. You can be a real estate agent relatively easy without going through a great deal of education. I'm talking about formal college education. And you can pay a fee that will get you a key, that gets you a key will go around for your property line. That's what I meant. You can be a member of a board, a member of an MLS, and get into just about any property. Not long ago, I'm here in Los Angeles, one of the NBA, he's been an NBA player here in the Los Angeles Clippers. He's been a coach. He has been a commentator, a radio personality. In fact, I've been spending time with him. He's not exactly close to my area. He's like about an hour away. And I learned about him selling his home. So I didn't think about listing his home. Then I went ahead and sent one of my books, remind him, hey, I haven't seen you for a while. Hope things are well. I see you on TV, I see you on newspaper, and different things. You're a celebrity. I always look up to you. I respect you. I appreciate what you do, not just for the NBA, the league, and to provide them with good sports and train up such a great, so many star NBA give him credit for the achievement that they have on the individual basis and as a team basis. And I just went and whip out, I think on my first week I shared about the book I wrote on my most costly mistakes smart people make when selling their home. I write the book and send to them, to this person, and this person was so gracious, called me and said, whoa, these are the insights. I have hired a top agent in my area. I thought they were supposed to get my home sold. Has been on the market for so many weeks and months and just didn't go anywhere. Had I known even just 10% off here, I would have made a much wiser decision, make a wiser choice. And I'm not sure if I'll go that far to, but if you call me, I would be glad to. But that's what I'm saying. You have access to just about anybody. It could be a celebrity. We're here in Hollywood. Do you know that if you're in the Los Angeles area, I mean, you could be anywhere here really. If you just have a buyer, you can get into some of the most expensive. We'll talk about celebrity. I don't know who's a celebrity here, like Tom Cruise. It could be, like LeBron James. I'm not saying he's selling a home, please. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that some of those homes for sale, so long if they're vacant, you can get into it. Some of you in a smaller market, you can pick up the most expensive home on the market. You can actually take your buyer there, or even if you don't have a buyer, as a rule in MLS, they allowed you to preview the property. You can just, with the COVID situation, we do have to sign some kind of paper. Some listing agent do require that you have a buyer, but sometimes you could just get in, or you just bring somebody who's interested. I have some guy. This guy, I love him so much. He gave me so many great ideas, which I'm sharing with you. You would have to be sitting with a table of 12 of us to hear this kind of tip, and I did get his permission to share with you. What he would tell me, sometimes he has some rough day, right? He would look at some of the most expensive homes, some home that he would love to list, or a home that he would love to be able to help a buyer to get into. He would set an appointment. He would make an appointment long, like 3 hours, sometimes even longer than that, and just say, I'd like to go preview your property. He would go and bring his briefcase into the house, and he would just sit there. He would take pictures, and just pretending that's his home. That's his listing, or pretending that's a home that his buyer will be doing. And he would take it and show to other people, okay, this is the home that I just preview. This is the good thing about it, the bad thing about it. Now he himself may not have a buyer. He may never get a listing, a home of that size. But what makes him feel good is like you heard that when we start this business, fake it until you make it. Not only that, give him a perfect opportunity to just put his mind off from his problem, get into a home that's owned by a multi-millionaire. Who knows, in LA could be a billionaire. And I know it's really difficult to get a billionaire's home, but you got the point. And it gets you mind shifted, and also give you imagination, give you the kind of a sense. I know years ago, before I got into real estate, I had a college, I got out from college, good education. I was a student leader. I was in many ways. Put it on when I came to LA, I started from the very bottom. I would go to a hotel. I see these hotel people dress up so nicely with suits and ties. They carry a briefcase. They negotiate. They are in an expensive conference. They're well treated. Do their reception, things like that. I said, man, someday I would love to go to those hotels, those 5-star hotels, those luxury hotels. I would love to be able to in a meeting like that. Wouldn't that be nice? And sure enough, real estate got me into this. So many fancy hotels, meet with some of the top thinker, some big-time author, some influencer, and but thinking back those days, my gosh, because of my imagination, one day I fulfilled that. So just make it real short with you here. Just wrap up this topic about access. Access to get you to many different things. Get you to homes, get you to places. Even if you don't have a client, you can just get there. And just take advantage of that. Sometimes if you just got a bad day, just go to an empty home. They're for sale. The agent was dying for you to come by. You can bring a buyer with you. If you don't, just bring an assistant. Just preview the home. So those are access, and there's so much more I can talk about on access, and you probably never thought about. Okay, now number 2, ACRE. C stands for contact. Now when I say contact, I meant to say people you come in touch with. We as a real estate agent, one of the biggest problem, the biggest mistake we make, we always have a blinder. We're looking at listing, that's where money can be made. We look at buyer who call you, or a buyer come from the lead that you can make a sale to. Those are just the big money. But in fact, there are so many people who come in contact with that could be great potential to make money. Just to give you an example, I was meeting with a young lady whom I helped to buy a home, her first home. Very sweet lady, but she doesn't have down payment to save up. Almost nothing, almost like zero down. But in Southern California, usually people would put up at least 20%. Even 20% is considered very minimum. A lot of buyers would have 50%. There's a lot of cash offer. When you work with a buyer as a buyer agent, if you don't have zero, maybe you have less than 20%, most qualified, most professional realtor just run away from them. It's just so hard to get into. But anyway, I got this young lady into a home. First time showing, first home I show, first time we put an offer, got accepted. And these people are such quality seller, and the agent, the listing agent is in fact a broker herself. So she's a leader, she's a boss, not just any realtor. I was so happy. And this lady happened to refer to me by her mother-in-law. Her mother-in-law, I barely met her once. I wouldn't even know who she was, except she came and tell me, oh, Watson, I met you at my neighbor's home when you did such a great job for Ray, and I was impressed with you, and I always remember you. So I just got her name and just sent a quick text to her, just kind of warm up. And then her daughter-in-law has been looking for home for 3 years. Keep putting offer over and over, just never get accepted. But for some reason, I give her proper advice, position herself. She just put an offer in, got accepted for the first time. She was so thrilled. She got this beautiful home, 3-bedroom, 2 baths. It's just beautiful. I don't know how to describe the architecture home. Just a perfect home with almost practically 0 down payment, which is very unheard of. So anyway, these are the contact you come across to. Don't just think about the people you are in contract with, or the buyer or the seller. It could be someone who brings some business to you a year from now, maybe 6 years from now, maybe 2 months from now. Now, not only that, these are the contact I meant to say. You know, they have a daughter-in-law and the son, or it could have an older parent who has a home to sell, which is way too big, which has been deferred for a long time. Those could be a good people. And I will have more things on this contact, I promise you, on some other type of setting where I can share with you. And I just want you to be, like, at the end of this today, you want to think of who are the contacts I come across. The least likely people you think will get you business sometimes are the best chances for you. Those people you have good relationship with, you have good experience with, or those who have good experience with you, they'll remember, they'll think about you. Sometimes we do such a good job selling a home, or done such a great job helping a buyer into a home, and that buyer becomes such a nice neighbor to everybody. Everybody praise the buyer, love them and everything. The only people who not get any benefit out from that is us. We are the hard worker. We help them sell at such a good price, raise the property value in all the neighbors here in the surrounding neighborhood, right? Or you get such a good neighbor who went in there, who just done a lot for the neighborhood. They are the person who's there for the neighborhood watch. This is a neighbor who will be there to look out after the neighborhood's kids. He or she would be the person to help you pick up your newspaper or your mail whenever they go on vacation. But the reason this neighbor is there, because of what? Because of you. Because of your hard work. Because you work with quality buyer. You brought them the benefit. You become a blessing to the community. But you get nothing in return other than just pick up a commission check. So just remember those contacts. You'll be surprised. I want to give this credit to Joe Stum, my coach, my first business coach. He would tell us which time you sell a home. You take a card, go to the neighborhood, 4 doors down, and 4 doors the other way, have him sign a little welcome card. Welcome, just a card. Just welcome to the neighborhood. In the process, got to know them. And then that way your name's in print. Especially if you're a listing agent, if you do that, people will remember you better. Many times I'm guilty, I do not follow that, not all the time, but if you do that, trust me, that is a very, very powerful way. There's a diamond the acres of diamond for you, the diamond in your marketplace. And then now the next thing I'm going to come and see is called relationship. The people you have relationship with. Now, what I meant to say, when I say contact, somebody come in contact with. A relationship is different. It's somebody you belong together. Now, you're thinking about family, those are your relatives, those are not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about people in relationship with. Could be people you're in a club with. Could be people you're in a PTA with. Could be people you are, in the same causes. You could be in a political, or maybe some kind of grassroots thing, You could be in a committee with somebody. Could be in the Lions Club. Could be in the PTA, yeah. Or could be in the, Chamber of Commerce. Those are because of position you hold together, or maybe because of membership, the common membership. These are what I meant by relationship. Now, to usually with this kind of people, you kind of know that there are at least 3 or 4 other agents. Sometimes for you who are not doing too well in this business, or those who are new in business, you feel like, oh my God, those are way higher. It's like, now there are things that you can do, even in a small group setting, even in a setting where there are competitors. You can position yourself to be better, to be somebody who, you may not be selling like 100 homes like some of the top agents. You might just be selling, 1 or 2 a month. In LA, you sell 1 or 2, you are considered top in the nation. Okay, you are doing good. But some of your marketplace might be so small, 1 or 2, just like may barely make it to be the average earner. That's fine. You want to do something to make yourself stand out. Talk about branding. Now, branding is something I'm not able to share in this short recording, but I'll share on another thing. It's called, it's something that you stick out, and I promise you one of my day I will do on branding. This is something that you just could give the same to my 21-day challenge. It's something that make you stand out. you know, you have some certain feature about you, something about yourself, and I'll share with you some of the branding I use for my own business. And those are things that you need to remember. A relationship, those are people who know you, who are in some kind of relationship or some kind of group together. Those are a good one. Now the last thing about the acre is E. I'm sorry, E. E. The only way the word I can think is called X. EX. X meaning people who are in the past. Ex clients. When I say client, remember yesterday I shared with you, you want to use your word client, not customer. Anybody who sign a contract, they are your client. They trust that you might just good for 1 month. Some of your clients lasted, I don't know, 1 week or even 1 day. They say, okay, I'm going to go to the Zillow agent, I'm going to go to Redfin. Anyway, still you have a contract, you have a piece of paper. So at one time it was your client. One profile gentleman, I didn't have permission to mention his name. I'm sure it'll be okay, but I'll just share his thought, which is great. He said, now things are tough, business are tough. You're looking for buyer, the buyer are just not there for you, and the seller are so elusive. All you're going to do is go back to your old open house registry. Maybe somebody you talk to on your phone. You'll be surprised. If you are properly disciplined, I'm going to teach you, hopefully I will teach you about how you organize a contact, which is very difficult. You might think, oh man, somebody I met 2 weeks ago, what was his name again? What was her name again? He was such a good one, but I was so busy in the middle of an inspection and he called and I forgot. Now, this is a way you're going to organize a contact in 4 different categories. That will make you go back to that certain group of people. Now, sometimes you're just going to call this ex-client, ex-people, ex-buyer, ex-sellers. It could be expired listing. It could be a buyer who you try to put an offer in it. The offer didn't get accepted. They got so frustrated. They took a break for 6 months. Lo and behold, 3 months later, they didn't wait 6 months. 3 months later, they found something else. They go straight to the listing agent and bought the property. And these are the people, even though they did not buy from you, you can just give them a call. If you remember the date, even better. Let's just pretend this is a script. I'm going to just call John, okay? Let's say Susie, a lady. Sometimes Susie's more easier to talk with. Hey Susie, this is Watson Gunn here. I just been thinking of you during this COVID. Hope John and you are doing well, and your kids. Oh yeah, we're doing good. We bought a home. Sorry, that thing did not work. Oh no, Susie, the reason I'm calling you is not because I'm trying to sell you another home. I don't believe you'd be buying another home just 3 months ago, 3 years ago. I don't think so. I just want to call to thank you for the time you took out to be with me and for the trust you put in me. Out of the 20,000 agents in our town or in our community. And that means so much to me, even though I just feel regret I wasn't able to serve you at that time. I'm so sorry that all I put in for you wasn't accepted. But I want to let you know I would have been so thrilled to be able to help you get that home for you. Let's think your listing agent, maybe the seller just got too greedy. Your price was just like $10,000 shy from the sell, the price that eventually sold. Now, if you can just saw those numbers, how much the offer was, you don't have to. Okay, now I'm not saying that you're gonna go back to all the research, spend half an hour on each one. No. Now, if you do know that, bring that out. Specific case, she will say, "Oh my God, really? They paid $20,000?" But you just can't make a connection. Then at the end, you just can't end like that. Oh no, John, Susie, so good talking with you. I want to let you know. You guys are special people. I always keep it in my mind. If there's anything at all I can help you, anything, you don't have to sell your home or make me. You don't have to buy another home through me. But anything at all, I'm just want to let you know. I consider you as my past client, and I'm here for you. Or anybody you care about needing help, I'm here for you. So just if you can do me a favor, keep my phone number in your contact. Keep my name there and put an A in front of it so that I'm on top whenever you need. And put A Watson Gunn. That way, I'm here to answer any question for you, for anybody anybody you care about, whether it be your parent, your neighbor, your co-worker. And just like that, guys, those are becoming your diamond. Those are becoming your acres of diamond. You just never know. A week from now, she might call you up. Susie might say, hey, by the way, our neighbor next door, man, the agent they hire is just so bad, just so bad. Break all the rules in COVID, and really, I am so scared they're gonna get caught with the coronavirus. Or another person might be saying, oh, my mom has been thinking about selling, we don't want to push her, but you are exceptional realtor, you care so much about people. Well, would you be able to talk to my mom and we really need her to sell so that we can settle her in your retirement home? Or could be, oh my gosh, you know what, could be anybody really. So those are your acres of diamond. And like I said, I'm pouring out something for you that really of value, that you most likely would not hear from anywhere else. And anybody has good idea, they kept it for themselves. I hope you can put it to good use. So please comment, please share, please ask any question that you may have. I'll do my very best to help you on a one-on-one basis. So here you have it on my day 9 of 21-day challenge and the 3rd episode of Acres of Diamond, and hope that you get plenty of diamond from it and on your way to 5-year plan to become a millionaire real estate agent. Thank you.